Hello, everybody. We made it past Christmas, and Gavin and Stacey was half decent. So, welcome to the 27th, and I'm going to talk quite a bit about our Christmas decorating contest. But before I do, one final mention for flu, because we published those league tables last week, and there's been a little bit of movement since. I'm fairly sure that psychological professionals and allied health professionals have climbed back to the top of the corporate ladder. But a particular shout out, I guess, to two teams who you will have noticed were really high up across the clinical directorates listed in the league table. So first of all, trust-wide learning disability and forensic services across all of Rotherham, Doncaster and North Links. What a fantastic achievement to get that level of coverage. And I know that Rachel and her nursing colleagues in particular are very passionate that we roll out into patient-based areas, including home environments, our ability to vaccinate our patients in the plan for 2025. But also big shout out to our North Links community directorate, who were the top-rated flu vaccinators this year. I know overall physical health and neurodiversity have come out with 68% of the care group at directorate level, and that's the beauty of directorates. You get to see the difference. What a fantastic achievement by Charlotte and the team. So thank you for the work that everybody has done to make this our most successful ever flu vaccine season. I know I talked last week a little bit about the challenges of finance, and there's no getting away from the fact that even at Christmas they don't go away as the NHS faces up to next year. Our work to eliminate high-cost agency staffing safely continues, and of course we are able through our investment fund to provide some availability of new funds to do the right thing, either to tackle safety or to advance our promises. So as always, it's a complex and nuanced picture. Don't believe the idea that the money is going to be fine, and don't believe the idea that there is no money. It's a little bit of both, and the leadership task at directorate level, care group level in each of our corporate teams is to balance both. But of course, it was our charity that supported this year's first, and I think we can safely say now, annual Christmas decorating contest. Our 6 elves pictured on the screen when we were a little bit less weary earlier in the week. We're out and about across all our sites. I think we started bright and early on Monday the 23rd in Rotherham, and we ended in the darkness in Scunthorpe, both at the General Hospital with the remarkable hospital liaison team room and at Great Oaks and at St Nicholas House. Doncaster obviously in the middle, and lots of places within Doncaster that we were able to get to. We swept up a couple more visits, our children in care team and Evergreen as well on Christmas Eve itself. Now, I never have a script for these things, but you'll notice I've got bits of paper in front of me because there's an awful lot of what I'm told we should call honourable mentions. And if I don't mention you, doesn't mean you're not honourable and your decorations weren't absolutely fantastic. It's just we visited in the end, I think 74 teams, and it'd be a very long film if I was going to cover everybody. You know, there was a real theme about environmental sustainability, and our Doncaster early intervention team and also our long COVID team really made huge efforts both around recycling, around self-generation of the materials, and around our Promise 27. There was an awful lot of involvement of our patients. I have in my mind Anna on reception in the Cantley Health Centre, who developed a whole patient participation quiz that we were invited to judge and participate in. Of course, there was quite a lot of gifting as well. Our assertive outreach team, for example, in Rotherham, who had a whole suite of things that they were spending the pre-Christmas period getting out to the client group. There'll be other examples, of course. Amber and the hospice have really involved patients and clients and carers in the work they've produced. I won't name the very tall patient on Amber who tells me next year he isn't putting all the decorations up, and drawing attention to a wonderful quiz about the different names of polar bears in our hospice as well. Our wards, of course, some really fantastic displays, and I think compared to visits I did last year, you could really see the benefit of having the contest, if you like, the permission, the encouragement to do this Christmas decorating contest was really felt. I'm thinking of Anna on Skelbrook, or the 4 Tobys we saw on Kingfisher hidden away that people were seemingly being invited to try and find. Osprey take 3 days to paint one cardboard Christmas tree, and when you see it in the pictures in Trust Matters, the delicacy and the contribution was significant. And of course, patients have been at the heart of Laurel's efforts and Mulberry's efforts as well. You'll see images in Trust Matters of Steve Forsyth in our wheelchair service driving a sort of wheelchair-based train. I'd have crashed it, but Steve, with considerable deftness and skill, moved it all around. Talking of trains, of course, online, you can see the never-to-be forgotten Polo Express from our community South team in physical health in Doncaster. Wound Care, I think, have produced an extraordinary display. They tell me they're keeping it all year, and we ran through a series of celebrations from Valentine's Day through Diwali that they could use theirs for. Holly Lodge, of course, if you've been in to payroll or to recruitment, to the wider finance and HR teams, have a whole series of displays, including a brilliant wreath from our finance team on the theme of money, and a remarkable memory quiz, which I've got to say, Steve absolutely knocked out the park, and Rachel Blake and I were left somewhat by that point at the back of the queue. Who else should I mention? Well, look, TVLs and Continence Services and our 5 to 19 service all excelled in working specific patient messaging into the displays that they had. And I have to mention Nikki's menopause 12 days educational tool, which was really quite remarkable. It certainly got a lot of engagement from Rachel and from myself. Sam Skelton, who has done an incredible job producing a tree in honeysuckle that also commemorates colleagues that have been lost over the years. Thanks ever so much, Sam, for the effort. I know we didn't get to meet because you weren't in on the day we visited, but what a really fantastic use of this contest to make a wider point and bring poignancy and teamwork to the fore, as some of our school nurses did as well. You'll be wondering, I'm getting towards the winners here, so you'll have worked out, if you've already been mentioned, I'm afraid you're not going to get one of the 4 prizes, and you won't get a 4th prize either in Rotherham Learning Disabilities for your remarkable nachos display. But we are doing this contest every year, so telling you about it, I hope, brings to mind the kind of range of things that people were able to produce. Here then, without any form of drum roll, are our winners. There's a frankincense award for the traditional Christmas display, using presents from the people focus group, managing to involve our patients and keep the display rich, creating a special quiet area for patients for whom their Christmas display might have been overwhelming. The first of our 4 awards goes to colleagues on Broadsworth, who even had a singing Santa Claus doing observations. Lots of awards did lots of fantastic things. We reckon at the Broadsworth this year, you took that prize. So then we got a gold prize, and the gold prize was about imagination. And I've already mentioned a bunch of folk who managed to work Christmas decorations into health messaging. But chief among it, the top prize in that space goes to the neurodevelopment team for children and young people at Kimberworth in Rotherham. Absolutely fantastic and really, really clear messaging, and hopefully you had a lot of fun doing it. That was a message we heard very often from lots of people. Third prize, which is myrrh. I have no idea what myrrh is, but your answer's on a postcard, goes to one of the teams we saw right at the end. Now, with me in mind, I've been up for lots of awards this year, as they put out to me, have won only one, although one's fantastic, but now you won a second one, because you get our Myrrh Award, which, to be fair, was for the most bizarre display. And if I tell you that their work involved a naughty side to the room, a nice side to the room, messing up computers, firing Nerf guns at me, throwing things in the air, and a bit of juggling, you get a sense of the kind of chaos that the team enjoyed creating. And Alicia, you didn't get the P45 you thought you'd get for shooting the chief exec. Instead, you get an award. So great job. Now our top award, drum roll, I better get this right, out in Hatfield, Eastville, Grinch theme, absolutely blew away the judges. I'm always amazed in that building if you can get anything with the heat to stick to the walls and stay up. What a fantastic, fantastic first winner of our annual Christmas decorating contest. Well done to you. I will be back in 2025 and I hope you'll stay listening too. Cheers.